Hi there, I hope you're doing well. My name is Alina and this is the Sleep Talk channel. Today I want to continue the series Insomnia 101 where I briefly explain the basic concepts around insomnia and help you better understand what we are dealing with. And today's topic is safety behavior, because safety behavior is something that helps develop insomnia, and this is why understanding what it is and how to deal with it can help tremendously in our recovery. So, let me start by saying that our brain is all about survival. Its function to keep us safe at all times. And safety behavior is the product of our brain's safety system. It is an urge to do something about threatening a situation, and it's behavior that is designed to get us as soon as possible to safe conditions. And we need those safety behaviors from evolutionary point of view. For example, if imagine that you are walking on the dark street in the part of the city which is known for some criminal activity, and you are naturally hyper vigilant when you are walking there. And imagine as you walk, it is dark, and then you start noticing that there is someone behind you, some dark figure that is following you. And your brain immediately turns into that kind of fight or flight mode where it becomes super hyper aroused. You start feeling heart palpitations, your hands possibly sweat, and then your brain also starts giving you ideas what to do about it. So for example, it starts telling you, uh, let's think about like which way we should go next so that we can get to some public and well lighted space, so that we are, it's more safe there when there are more people. Or for example, it can start signaling you like, okay, let's check your phone just to see if you have enough battery in case you need to call police. Or just start thinking what you can use in case you're getting attacked. For example, like, you can grab your keys or something like this. So those ideas that brain sends you are the ways how it suggests you to escape that fearful situation. And it is good to have that, because then you have options how to act, how to stay safe and survive. But there is a thing about our brain, and it is that our brain doesn't know the difference between the real threat and the perceived threat. So whenever it gets into a situation where the threat is not real, but to your brain it is, then it just starts launching exactly the same mechanisms as if it would when it meets the real danger. So with insomnia, since insomnia is a fear of sleeplessness, it is something that is taught. We taught our brain to fear wakefulness at night, and this is something our brain is trying to protect us from. And that safety behavior is something that our brain, again, like automatically sends us ideas how to keep us safe, how to not be awake at night, how to avoid the situation that are threatening to your sleep. And the thing is that when you follow those safety behaviors, when the threat is not real, it only reinforces the fear. So that means that if you think that by avoiding fear, avoiding any situations where you don't feel comfortable, where you feel anxious, is something that signals to your brain that the threat is real and you need to it needs to protect you even more. So example of such behavior could be that you start sleeping on the couch. Let's say you learn that in bed you feel all sorts of anxiety, it's highly unpleasant, and one night you went on the couch and it felt like safer, you felt calm, and you slept better. Then you start thinking that, okay, that in order for me to sleep, that I need to sleep on the couch. And this behavior already reinforces that, okay, I'm not safe in bed. And next time when you happen to go to bed, your anxiety will be peaking because you were teaching your brain every single time you avoided that being in bed and feeling anxiety that comes from there is something highly dangerous. So it responds even with more signals from our brain. And as you can see, this kind of like avoidance safety behavior is not really helpful. It can provide some comfort, some short-term decrease in anxiety, but it is only short-term. In the long run, we are teaching our brain that there is something to be feared of, and it will continue growing that fear. So what can, many people usually ask me, like, if I do this, is this a safety behavior, or otherwise said, is this a sleep effort? And I came up with a quick test, or rule of thumb that can tell you whether this is something that is helpful or this is something that is not really helpful to your recovery. And it is simply asking yourself, whenever you want to do something, that is this something what I would do if I wouldn't have insomnia? So let's say you are planning, like your friends called you for some late night movie or something like this, and you think that I don't want to go there because I'm afraid that I might not sleep again. I will miss my sleep window, or this kind of like time where sleep happens easier. So and you decide not to do that, like not to go, even though you want to join your friends. And then ask yourself, imagine that if you wouldn't have insomnia, would you accept that offer or you wouldn't? And if the answer is that you would do that anyway, even if you didn't have insomnia, that this is not a safety behavior. This is just something you just don't feel like doing, But if the answer is it is something that I'm doing just because I don't like this particular sleep trouble that I'm having now and I want to avoid it, then this is clearly safety behavior. And it can you can notice it anywhere. For example, you are going on a trip and then you are starting packing, and you're preparing already for things that prepare something that will keep you calm, or help you escape, or provide you some comfort. If in case you are not sleeping, this is also potentially safety behavior. For example, taking your special pillow, or taking some supplement, or some soothing tea or something like this, just in case. So this just in case is very tricky, because this already signals that this is something that you're doing to keep yourself safe, to provide yourself some way how to escape this anxiety or fear or frustration from not sleeping. And then it only teaches your brain, yes, there is something to be feared of, and your brain will be responding accordingly. So what you can do about, like, once you notice, okay, this is a safety behavior, what shall you do with this? And it is not about like the actions itself. It is about being aware that you have that safety behavior on, and it can provide tremendous help in the beginning, because when you know that for example, sleeping on the couch is that safety behavior, and you are just being fully mindful of it, then you're not being controlled by it. You're not involved into this. You're just seeing it for what it really is, because safety behavior in reality is just automatic program. This is your brain automatically gives you ideas. Okay, do this, do this, do this, and then it's your decision whether you want to act on them or not. But just simply being aware of the moment when your brain sends those signals can be really helpful, because you distance yourself from your thoughts, from your fear. You look at it not as from inside, but you're looking at it as someone who is just like observing something that is automatic. And then there is, of course, you can decide whether to act on it or not. And if you decide not to act on your safety behavior, for example, it tells you like go on the couch and sleep there because it's safer, you feel calmer, and then you decide to go to sleep in bed anyways, then there is a quick heads up. In short-term, anxiety will increase, because basically what you're doing is that you are rejecting your brain's invitation to keep you safe. And of course it will start sending you more signals. It will be shouting, aren't you listening to me, like, do this anyway, and so on. So normally your anxiety will increase, and this increase will be only short term, because as you keep doing that, you keep realizing that there is no actual danger in being awake or being feeling anxiety and being in bed, let's say, and eventually brain starts desensitizing. It stops triggering that much, and eventually it comes down and sleep starts coming much easier, and you are not anymore dependent on any special behavior or anything to fall asleep, because in reality you don't really need to do anything for you to sleep, right? So yeah, I hope this was helpful to understand the concept of safety behavior, and you just need to see it in practice. Just be mindful of times when your brain tries to give you ideas how to get you to a safe place, but also remind yourself that you are safe at all times. I hope you learned something from it, and some things got clear. If not, let me know in comments any questions or any thoughts that you might have, and I'll be really glad if you subscribe to my channel and follow my next videos. Thank you. Bye.